Welcome to an episode of Flag or Foul Sports. I'm your host, Tarun.
What is up? This is Chris with you today. And today, we are going to be blowing the whistle on the Orlando Magic's writer, Josh Cohen, for his list on the top 10 point guards and shooting guards in the NBA. So, we're ranking the backcourts today.
So I'll start off with the point guard list that he came up with. At number 10, we have Chris Paul. At number 9, Ja Morant. Number 8, LaMelo Ball. Number 7, Ben Simmons. Number 6, Darren Fox. Number 5, Dame Lillard. Number 4, Harden. Number 3, Trey. Number 2, Steph. And number 1, Luka. You can see right away that there's many problems with this, and it definitely deserves the whistle.
All right, so what's your big problem to start?
Okay, first of all, in point guards, how is Trey number 3, and how is Luka number 1?
Trae Young.
Trey Young, yeah. Trey Young above Harden and Dame is a crime. I think that Trey definitely belongs on the top 10 list, but I'll switch Steph to I would switch Steph to 1, Harden to 2, Luka to 3, Dame to 4, and Trey to 5. And that would what I think would fix up the top 5 for the point guard list. What do you think?
Who would be at number 1?
Steph.
Okay, and you have Harden at 2?
Yeah.
Okay, and who was number 3 again, real quick? Just refresh.
3 is Luka. And then 4 is Dame.
Okay. Yeah, so just give me the rest of your top. So first, rank these 10 players.
All right. Okay, I'll give you my top 10 right now. So number 1
hold
is
on, just before you give your actual your top 10, just rank the 10 players that he put in the top 10.
Okay. Number 1 is going to be Steph. 2 is going to be Harden.
Okay.
3 is going to be Luka. 4 is Dame. 5, I'll give it to Trey.
Okay.
6, I'll give to Chris Paul. 7, I'll give to Ja.
Okay.
8, Darren Fox.
Okay.
And then I'll give 9 to Ben Simmons, and then I'll give LaMelo 10.
Okay, so you got Ben Simmons over LaMelo. That's yeah. I'd have to agree on that. The only thing is, who'd you rank after Chris Paul? Ja Morant. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have Darren Fox under Ja.
Okay, I'd have to say Fox is probably better than I think Fox is better than Chris Paul too.
You really think he's better than Chris Paul? I mean, if you also look at the playoffs, though, like, Darren Fox has no playoff experience, so I kind of hold that against him as well. But I can see, fair. If you're looking at regular season, I can see Darren Fox over him. Because Chris Paul also played with, a pretty decent team of Devin Booker, too.
That's fair. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, yeah, it's pretty close either way. But now, okay, so now that we got that out of the way, rank who you would actually have. So say who would you put on the list that's not on it?
For point guards, I definitely think that, I don't know, I'm trying to see. I might have Lonzo over LaMelo, actually.
Okay, so I'll give you his honorable mentions, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so his honorable mentions are Russell Westbrook.
Oh, I forgot about him. Russell Westbrook definitely is going to be on this list. Russell Westbrook, I feel, is right behind Dame in the list, or ahead of Dame. Depends on how you feel. But yeah, Westbrook is definitely top 6 on this list.
Okay, so you have Westbrook. There is Kyle Lowry.
I don't think I'd take Kyle Lowry over anyone. Maybe LaMelo.
Okay, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, I want Lonzo over LaMelo.
Okay, Darius Garland.
No.
Drew Holiday.
Yes, I definitely would have Drew Holiday over LaMelo. He played a big role in the finals. They couldn't have won without his defense.
How big of a role?
His defense was insane.
No, I'm just
His
asking,
defense,
how big of a role do you think he played?
I think he was the difference maker. If you look at the Bucks before this season, they basically had the same core, but they added Drew Holiday, and you can see the results. A championship.
What kind
So
of
I think his
championship was it?
defense was definitely needed.
What kind of championship was it?
An NBA championship. What do you mean by that?
Oh, okay, I see. I see. So it's not an injury championship?
It is he. It is. It's an NBA championship, but it has an injury asterisk next to it because
Okay.
for sure, for a guaranteed fact, Harden and Kyrie aren't injured. We both know, not us both. Everyone knows there's no way they're making out the East. I don't even think they would have made out the East against Embiid.
Okay. Okay. Um, Mike Conley.
I feel like most of these players I would put above LaMelo because LaMelo had literally played in the league for 1 year. And like Mike Conley, if you look at him, I still think he has a bigger impact than LaMelo.
But would you put him on this list?
Yeah, I would put him over LaMelo. I'd put most of these guys over LaMelo.
But what would you put Mike Conley on your top 10?
Probably not.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of more the point.
Yeah.
Deangelo Russell.
I don't think I'd have him in my top 10.
I would not either.
Yeah.
And then his final honorable mention is the Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham.
No, definitely not. I can't put anyone in a top 10 list without seeing them play at least one NBA game. Summer League doesn't count.
And then his other two honorable mentions are the other two rookie point guards.
Definitely not.
Scotty Barnes and Jalen Suggs.
Yep, definitely not. I need to see one NBA game played to even consider you as a top player.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that
Yeah.
he would even put them in the honorable mentions, in my opinion, just considering like rookie point guards generally struggle anyways.
Yeah, it takes them a couple years before they actually like develop and are like ready for the defense because the defense in the NBA is like much harder to play against than like college or like
Yeah,
G
you have
League.
Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to watch out for your ankles.
Yeah, exactly. So real quick, just to finish this off, who's your top 10 then?
All right, 1 Steph, 2 Harden,
Mm-hmm.
3 Luka, 4 and 5. I feel like they can be switched, but I'm taking Dame at 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm taking Russ at 5. Then I'm moving Trey to 6.
Okay.
I feel like I can give Chris Paul. I'll give Chris Paul 7.
All right.
I'll give Darren Fox 8. Who else am I missing? I'll give Ben Simmons 9. Actually, I'll give him 9. Then my 10.
You'll put Ben Simmons in the top 10?
Yeah, I'll put him as a top 10 point guard.
Okay.
Then for the last spot I think goes to. Actually, I'll put Ja at 9 and put Ben at 10.
Did you remember Westbrook?
Yeah, I put him right behind Dame.
Okay, all right. I just want to. I was just. I didn't remember that part.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good top 10. Then I have Ben Simmons at 10. I want Ja ahead of him.
Okay, so no LaMelo for you.
No LaMelo. LaMelo doesn't get to be top 5.
You mean top 10?
Or top 10? Yeah, he had a pretty good rookie season. Obviously, won Rookie of the Year, but I don't think he's a top 10 point guard yet. Like he can become a top 10 point guard, but as of now, I don't think he's in the top 10.
Yeah, that's fair for sure. Okay, so real quick, any last thoughts before we? Any thoughts on Josh Cohen, this writer for the Orlando Magic?
Yeah, I think he I don't. First of all, I think he needs to watch more games, and I think he's definitely, or he is part of the media, but he has insane recency bias.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. All the guys that were just in the playoffs are, and not to spoil anything, but we're gonna see that pretty hardcore in the next list.
Yeah. Because
of
he
the
put
shooting
Luka at
guards.
1, then putting Trey above Harden Davis only because of the storyline. That's the only possible reason I can think of.
Well, I think it's literally just because he made it to the conference finals.
Yeah, that's the storyline. Yeah, that he made it there by himself. But I don't. I definitely know that Trey is not a top 3 point guard in the league. So I think he's literally just doing it on what he's seen in the past 3 months.
And then not even putting Westbrook on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of lists leaving out Westbrook though, because I know that there was another top 10 list. I don't know who it's from, but they left Westbrook out that too.
It's popular to hate Westbrook.
Yeah, even
That's
like
all it is at the end of
2K
the day.
ratings, he's an 85. It's disrespectful.
In 2K.
Yeah.
Well, we know 2K is disrespectful to the basketball community.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is true.
did you see Karl Anthony Towns um with Ronnie the other day?
No, I didn't. What happened?
Oh, okay. Ronnie was talking to him about his rating, and he asked Cat what he thought his rating would be,
Yeah.
and Cat was like, "Oh, with all the stuff that you guys be on, I'm gonna go like the lowest I could possibly even think that it would be, and I'll say I'm an 88."
Was he even an 88?
And Ronnie said, "No, you're an 87."
Okay. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
And
I don't know what they're doing with their ratings. Their ratings is worse than this Josh. What's his name? Josh Cohen. Yeah. Ronnie's ratings are definitely worse than this.
yeah, and Cat asked him, "Oh, do you think or Cat said, "How do my stats get better every year and my rating keeps going down?" And Ronnie just did not have a response to that.
Yeah. I don't think Ronnie knows what he's doing either.
Well, the thing about Ronnie is he doesn't even make the ratings, but he tells everyone the ratings that like.
Yeah.
Did you know? I was reading about this. Did you know Michael Stauffer makes the ratings?
Actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that
This
dude.
guy Michael Stauffer makes the ratings, and I don't know if you've ever watched like a My League rebuild video, but that's why Michael Stauffer is the A+ coach.
Oh. Okay.
He
So.
made he
Okay.
made himself the A+
Yeah.
coach in My League.
But he's definitely not an A+ ratings adjuster.
No, I'd
Definitely
say he's a D-,
not.
maybe an
Yeah.
F.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't think he can be above a D. That his ratings are pretty bad and pretty unrealistic as well.
I think they've fouled out.
Yeah.
I think on our show they'd be
Yeah.
fouled out by now.
Yeah. They get no more appearances. They're done.
I don't even know if we can ever make a video on them because
Yeah.
it
The
just
fact
be
that he put Valanciunas as a higher overall than Russ is just disrespectful.
it would be too much. There'd be too much content.
Yeah.
Too much content to cover. All right. Anyways, we're gonna transfer over to shooting guards now.
All right. So, do you want to read out the shooting guard list?
Sure. I'll read you. This is once again from Josh Cohen of the Orlando
All right.
Magic, and I will say at the bottom here it says note. The contents of this gallery have not been reviewed or endorsed by the Orlando Magic and do not reflect the opinions of the Magic's basketball operations staff, partners, or sponsors. So the Magic even put a disclaimer that
Okay, so
don't.
even the Magic is blowing the whistle on him. Even the Magic organization is blowing the whistle on him.
The Magic, well, it says that they haven't reviewed it, so I guess they haven't looked at it, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, let's see here. Okay. So, number 10, Josh Cohen has Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Atlanta Hawks. At number 9, we have Jaylen Green,
Okay.
the new rookie for the Houston Rockets.
I'm gonna stay silent until you finish the list.
At number 8, we have Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves, runner-up for Rookie of the Year this past season.
Okay.
At number 7, we have Klay Thompson, who we all know who Klay Thompson is.
Yeah.
At number 6, we have Zach Levine of the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
I wonder what he considers DeRozan position-wise. Anyways, though.
Yeah, DeRozan, Paul George.
At number 5, we have Jalen Brown of the Boston Celtics. At number 4, we have Bradley Beal
Okay.
of the Wizards. At number 3, we have Kyrie Irving.
Okay, so they're treating Kyrie as a point guard.
No, as a shooting guard.
Or as a shooting guard. So, they had Harden in the point guard anyway. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. At number 2, we have Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz.
All right.
And at number one, we have Devin Booker.
Okay, this confirms the recency bias.
Of
That
the Phoenix
number
Suns.
one, that number 1,000% confirms the recency bias. He's just making this list on what he's seen in the past 3 months.
Yeah, so clearly we have some recency bias here.
Yeah.
So I'll even read the first couple sentences of what he wrote here.
Okay.
So he says, how much of a difference does winning make? Well, Booker is now widely thought of as a top 5 player in the league after he and Chris Paul led the Suns to the NBA Finals. Some have even started comparing him to Kobe Bryant. So...
Wait, did you say top 5 in the league?
Booker is now widely thought of as a top 5 player in the league.
Yep, that confirms the recency bias again. No one thinks of Booker as a top 5.
Yeah, I have personally not seen anyone ever call Devin Booker a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, there's so many top 5. There's so many players worthy of top 5, and Devin Booker is not one of them. Wouldn't even think of him as one of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider him as in my thought process. I would probably think of LeBron, Durant, Harden, Steph Curry, LeBron, Durant, Harden, Curry. Let's see. Giannis.
Okay. And there's also Luka in there.
Luka maybe, Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis could stay healthy, he'd probably be.
Yeah, he's definitely, because his defense is very good.
And I'm sure there's a couple others we're forgetting, but anyways.
Okay, so going back to the shooting guard list, who do you think that they missed out on?
So I think that I'm actually just gonna take a look at his honorable mentions here, and we can kind of tell based off of his honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I'm kind of wondering what was his qualifications for being a shooting guard, because I would think of DeRozan as a shooting guard.
Paul George.
I don't know about Paul George if I would think of him first as a shooting guard, but just some people that he listed here in his honorable mentions. CJ McCollum, I think it would at least be better than Bogdanovich or
Jaylen Green for sure.
Or Jaylen Green. And Shai Gilgeous is on a different level than Jaylen Green. I'm not sure how he possibly could have. Let's pull up Shai Gilgeous
stats.
Yeah, stats here real quick, just for last season.
Okay, so in 2020 he was averaging 23.7 points per game on 50.8% field goal percentage from the field. So he's shooting 50.8% and 41% from 3.
Yeah, so almost 42%.
Almost 6 assists per game. So he's really doing everything.
Yeah, so about 24, 6, and 5.
Yeah.
On over 50% shooting, over 40%
from 3.
If he could up his free throw, he could be 50, 40, 90 pretty soon. But anyways, and he still shoots 80% from the line, so he's not
definitely above Bogdanovich, definitely above Jaylen Green, someone we haven't seen play in the league. So I don't know what he was thinking. I think he's over Anthony Edwards as well. I don't know how Anthony Edwards is 8.
Yeah, so that was pretty a little mind blowing to me. So that would be the first one.
Yeah. Also,
I'm not even sure how.
I'll give you Colin Sexton's stats real quick, who also wasn't included in here.
Well, yeah. So here I'll read you the honorable mentions super quick.
Go ahead.
So his other honorable mentions. So Colin Sexton is one. So His other honorable mentions were Buddy Hield, Fred VanVleet, and Colin Sexton.
Yeah. So,
Here, hold on one sec. Just keep talking. I will be right back, okay?
all right. But if we're looking at this list, first of all, Buddy Hield is definitely better than Bogdanovich. If you look at the Lakers, he was someone that a championship team, because obviously any team with LeBron is a championship team. They wanted Buddy Hield, so he obviously plays a big role, especially since his shooting's very good and it's a nice tool for many teams in the NBA, especially like the Lakers, because they need a shooter. Like when I personally saw the Westbrook trade, I thought they should have went for Buddy Hield, but we'll see if they make it work. I don't think it will work out. But I'd have him definitely above Jaylen Green. I'm just gonna say everyone I'm talking about automatically above Jaylen Green. I'd have him above Bogdanovich and Anthony Edwards too. I don't think Anthony Edwards is a top 10 shooting guard in the league because just like LaMelo, he played one season and he didn't qualify for the playoffs. So I don't see how he can be above many of these like top 10 shooting guards.
Well, Anthony Edwards, he didn't even just not make the playoffs. They were terrible.
Yeah. They didn't even have a chance at the play-in.
Yeah, at the play-in, not the playoffs, at the play-in.
Top 9 seed. So that means that shows you how bad like the Timberwolves season was if they weren't even the top 9 seed or even.
You need top 10.
Top 10, yeah. Also, do you think they count Brandon Ingram as a shooting guard on this list? Because if they do, I think he should have been in here too.
I think they count Brandon Ingram as a small forward.
Okay.
So his other honorable mentions. Buddy Hield. What do you think of Karis LeVert?
I think that I can give him keeping it out since this is a 2021 to 22 season and he was injured like most of last season. So I can see him being out of this just because of his injury.
Okay, and then we have. What do you think of Tim Hardaway?
I think Tim Hardaway played a very big role for the Mavs in the playoffs. Like if you look at when they were up against the Clippers, he actually played very good. Like I was shocked by his shooting and stuff like that. They almost took down the Clippers, but again, I think that Tim Hardaway, his performance in the playoffs definitely has to count for something. So I think I'd have him. I'd have him maybe 9 or 10.
Do you think you could call that recency bias though?
I mean, maybe, but we are counting this off of the 2021 to 22 season, and he played pretty decent. Like, look, let me pull up his stats. So he was averaging 16.6 points per game on a 45% shooting. So that's he's shooting 39% from three, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So I think that's what I was saying. I think if he is in here, he'd be at the bottom. But I think that if this dude includes Jaylen Green and Bogdanovich, then I can say Tim Hardaway deserves to be on there too.
Man, Jaylen Green.
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting. I'm not so sure about Jaylen Green at all, but
yeah, I don't know. But if you're looking at other than the honorable mentions, who else do you think they should have put on here?
Other than the honorable mentions?
Yeah.
I honestly don't, because I mean, there's a lot of honorable mentions here. I didn't even read them all out. So the honorable mentions are Buddy Hield, Fred VanVleet, Karis LeVert, Colin Sexton, Tim Hardaway, Terry Rozier, Dylan Brooks, and Terrence Ross.
Would you include CJ McCollum on here?
I'd probably take him over Bogdanovich at least.
Yeah, and yeah, obviously Jaylen Green.
It does say Bogdanovich after the All-Star break last season shot 46% from three.
Yeah.
So that is pretty crazy shooting. Yeah. But going to if you're talking about the playoffs, he was pretty bad in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Shooting wise.
That's true. Yeah.
Especially against Milwaukee, and then CJ McCollum also was not very good in the playoffs either.
Yeah, I thought the Blazers honestly were going to take down the Nuggets, but I guess they didn't.
Why were you thinking that they would? Just wondering.
because like their game, I feel like the way that their backcourt of Dame and CJ, I didn't think that the Nuggets would be able to deal with that just because they didn't have because they're more focused like playing down low, things like that. I think they have enough defense to be able to really stop Dame, but they did. I mean, they didn't. I guess they didn't really stop Dame with all those like 50-point games. But I feel like yeah, CJ definitely could have been better. I think that if CJ played better, I think they definitely would have had a chance to win that series.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. You want to do? Give me your top 10 NBA teams right now.
Number one, the Nets. Nets are number one.
Go 10-1. Go 10-1.
All right, 10-1. Let me think. I'm trying to see who would be at 10. I honestly might have to go 1 to 10. So, because I don't know if I'm
Just
missing.
look up the list of
Yeah.
every NBA team,
And I'll put them together.
Look up NBA.
All right, and I'm gonna count this when I make these rankings. I'm counting them as the players are healthy. So I'm gonna count the Clippers as Kawhi comes back healthy for the
That's fine.
playoffs. All right, top 10. Let's see. I think I might have. I think I'll put the Pelicans at 10. I think Brandon
Really?
Ingram. Yeah, I think Brandon Ingram and Zion.
Because the Pelicans haven't even made the Pelicans with those guys haven't even made the
Yeah,
playoffs
but
yet,
they were
and they
there were
just
a bunch of
lost.
injuries. I have him as a sleeper coming up because Zion somehow became underrated, and Brandon Ingram actually been playing pretty good too. They just have to develop their defense. Their problem was their coach had zero focus on defense, so they played absolutely no defense at all. I think if their new coach at least puts some emphasis on defense, they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. They did just lose. What's it
Was
called?
one of the Van Gundy coaches.
No. Yeah, stay on Van Gundy, but they just lost Lonzo too.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Here,
But
I'll just go through some teams, okay?
all right.
Do you think the Okay, I'll just make just your top 10 and then rank them. How about that?
Yeah,
Okay. So, you think the Nets are a top 10 team?
yeah. Lakers are a top 10 team.
Think the Lakers are a top 10 team? Do you
Bucks,
think the Bucks?
yeah, they're top 10. Yeah, and then I also have Clippers in the top 10.
Okay. Now I'll go through some other teams. Do you think the Sixers are a top 10 team?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Ben Simmons. The thing is, I don't know because Ben Simmons, he's reported that he's not even going to come to training camp if he's not traded. So I don't know who they're going to get back in a trade for Ben Simmons. So I think that I think if Ben Simmons becomes more confident, I can count him a top 10 team because in the playoffs they lost the last game because Ben Simmons had a wide open layup and passed it out to like Matisse and he got fouled, missed a free throw, but he had a wide open layup with Trey behind him, so there was no way he was even going to get contested. So if he becomes confident in himself, I'll put the Sixers as a top 10 team.
So you don't have them as a top 10 team for next season though.
No, because I think if they trade Ben Simmons, they're not going to get much back in return.
Okay. Do you have Atlanta as a top 10 team?
That's actually a hard one.
They did just make the conference final.
Yeah.
And the Sixers team that they beat didn't really have
Yeah.
any injuries.
I think if I have them in the top 10, they'd be at the end, but we can put them in for now.
Okay. Do you think Miami is a top 10 team?
Who did they sign? They got Kyle Lowry. I think they'll come back strong. So yeah, I think they're a top 10 team.
Okay.
And then
Do you think Boston?
No, I have no hope in Boston.
Okay, so no hope for
No
Boston. All right, how about Utah?
So the thing with Utah is they always play good in the regular season, but I don't count them as a top 10 playoff team because I don't see them going deep in the playoffs yet.
So you don't think they're even a top 10 team?
I think I don't know. It's kind of hard because They do have defense, but the thing is, they always like no one has any expectations for them, and they don't like exceed your expectations either. So I think they would be like the Hawks. I think if I put them in, they would be at the bottom. But I
Okay.
think the Mavs are going to be a top 10 team next year.
Dallas?
Yeah.
All right, so Dallas is another team that you
Yeah.
have. Do you think Denver will be
Yeah, I think
getting Jamal
Denver.
Murray back?
Yeah, they will be.
Okay. Do you think the Trailblazers? Okay, I'll give you the last two Western Conference. I'll give you the
Yeah.
last three Western Conference playoff teams that we
All right.
haven't gone through yet. Uh, for the East, I read you all the playoff teams except
Yeah.
for the Knicks and the
I'm
Wizards.
no, I don't think they're going to be there. And yeah, the Wizards are just Bradley Beal and Spencer Dinwiddie, but no.
Okay, now we have the last three teams. You've picked 8 teams so far. The last 3 teams on the Western Conference playoff is the Trailblazers, the Suns, the Grizzlies, and then I think another team you should think about is the Warriors.
Oh, I forgot about the Warriors. I'd have the Warriors in.
Okay.
I think the Warriors. I don't think the Suns are gonna be. Wait, so who left? Is it just the Suns?
Out of these 3 teams, who would you take? The Grizzlies, the Suns, or the Trailblazers?
Okay, I think I might take the Suns over the Trailblazers.
You don't think that the Grizzlies will take another step?
No.
Okay.
Not unless they like. Yeah, I don't think this year they're gonna take the next step.
Okay, so now that you have your top 10,
Yeah. Let me
would you put the Hawks at the bottom?
Yeah. Hawks are 10.
Okay, so you have the Hawks at 10. Would you have the Suns next?
Yeah, Suns 9.
Okay, now
I think I'd put I think I'll put Miami 8, or Miami or Dallas is 8.
Okay, so you have Atlanta.
Yeah.
You have Atlanta, then Phoenix. Then Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Actually, no, I'll put Dallas below Miami. Because if it's just Luka and Kristaps, I think they'll be a top 10, but they won't go far again. So yeah, I'll put Miami after Dallas.
Okay, so you have Miami at 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're at your top 5. So would you
Did I say Nuggets yet?
No, you have not put.
You have not. So I'll put the Nuggets at 5.
Okay.
Sixers at 4.
You didn't say the Sixers in your original top 10.
Who else did I not say yet?
Your final 4 teams are the Bucks,
Lakers, Nets, and Clippers.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So then, what am I on 4?
Yep.
Bucks at 4.
Okay.
Clippers at 3. Lakers at 2. Nets at 1. I like the Clippers over Bucks. I think that the Clippers defense is much better than the Bucks, and then they also have like a healthy. I don't think a healthy Kawhi is someone that you can really stop. And if Paul George plays like he did this playoffs that just finished, I have above the Bucks. But then obviously Lakers and Nets are top 2. Nets first.
All right. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. I just think that Westbrook isn't a good fit for the Lakers, so I have them at 2. I think maybe if they had Buddy Hield, I would still put them at 2, but it would be closer.
Okay. So, any other topics you want to go through today, or you think this is a good first episode?
What do you think about the top 10? Did you change anything on there?
Your top 10?
Yeah, or what's your top 10?
Okay. I'll go through my top 10. So I would put Brooklyn at 1.
Okay.
I'd put the Lakers at 2.
All right.
I'd put Milwaukee at 3.
Above the Clippers.
Yeah, I think the Clippers just choke too much.
Okay.
I'd put. Let's see.
You're
I want to say someone else over the Clippers, but I don't know if I can. I want to say the Sixers are better, but
I don't know about
that. The Sixers choke just as much. Yeah.
And the thing is, they're gonna lose Ben Simmons for like not. I don't think they're gonna get much back in return.
Yeah, probably
Because
less
they're asking
than
for
Ben
like
Simmons.
when they trade for him, they're treating Ben Simmons as like a Harden or Steph type point guard and they want like them to clear out their picks and everything like that. So what's gonna end up happening is the Dennis Schroeder type situation where they ask for too much and then get nothing back in return.
Man, Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, he sold the bag so hard.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put the Clippers at 4.
All right.
Like the thing with the Clippers and Milwaukee is like they're not that far apart in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And Milwaukee just won the championship, and the Clippers don't have.
Okay, so if you see the finals as Bucks versus Clippers, who would you take? Everyone's healthy.
It's close, man. I think I would. I think I'd still say Milwaukee.
Okay. I
Only
think
because
that
the Clippers,
what was that?
Only because even though Kawhi can kind of stop Giannis,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Even though Kawhi can kind of stop Giannis, the Clippers don't really have a big man.
Yeah, they play small.
So it's a little easier to just step into the paint. And I think Giannis at this point in his career is like strong enough to kind of still overpower you.
I think that the big question for the Clippers isn't stopping Giannis, but it's stopping Chris Middleton because Giannis is just going to get his like 30 points regardless. But will they be able to hold Chris Middleton to like shooting under 45%? Because I think that's the key to beating the Bucks. You have to slow down Chris Middleton.
Why'd you point out 45% from Chris Middleton?
There's just when Chris Middleton shot above 44%, they won the game in the finals. So it's his shooting and his clutch plays that really push them over the edge on top of the Suns. Because I feel like Giannis's interior game isn't something you can rely upon like when you need a clutch jumper or something fast, because it kind of takes time for him to like get set up and get the spacing to go into the paint. So if you actually watch the games, like most of the ending shots would go to Chris Middleton, and he'd shoot like a fadeaway jumper from mid range or something like that. So if he's making them, then I think they can't be beat.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Brooklyn, the Lakers, the Bucks, and then the Clippers. So who do we have at number 5 now? I would put. I'm just looking at this. Because after that, it's kind of just take your pick. I think I'd still put Philly at 5.
Okay.
Now at number 6, I would put. I think I'd go with Miami at 6.
Yeah.
At number 7, I'd have the Timberwolves. No, I'm just joking.
I was about to blow the whistle on you.
At number 7, I think I'd have the Suns, because I mean they were still the 2 seed this year.
Okay.
At number 8, I'll go with Dallas.
Okay.
At number 9, I would say. At number 9, I gotta go with Utah. I don't see how Utah can be a bottom. I don't see how Utah, even though like they haven't had a lot of success in the playoffs, they still make it to. They still normally win at least one series.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. But I'm telling you, I have a feeling the Pelicans are going to be good next year.
Number 10, I'm gonna put the Grizzlies as kind of a hot take.
Okay, so your version of the Pelicans.
I think the Grizzlies have a lot more talent than the Pelicans do, though. I think after What's her name?
Oh, the trade. What was it again?
I think after the Pelicans traded Eric Bledsoe,
Oh yeah.
now you just kind of have like Zion and Brandon Ingram, and that's kind of it. Especially, I don't know, Josh Hart doesn't seem very good.
Yeah.
I thought he would be better, but he
Yeah.
hasn't really developed.
Yeah. There's
It's
still time, but yeah, I thought I'd see more from him.
it's kind of funny because the Pelicans, besides Zion, their whole team is just Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where LeBron
Yeah.
comes in
Yeah. With GM.
and trades everyone.
Yeah. But I think the Pelicans did like the best they could have done in that situation because AD was going to leave anyways. So I think like under the circumstances, that trade wasn't even that bad for them.
Who'd the Pelicans hire again?
For the coach,
Yeah.
trying to remember. Oh, they hired Willy Green. Yeah, that's what they named. He's their new coach. They said in like July or something.
Yeah. Willy
Willy
Green.
Green, yeah.
After the past 2 seasons as the Phoenix Suns assistant coach.
Okay. I honestly think that the main focus for the Pelicans, like, it has to be defense. They had a lack of defense. Like, I'll say that's the one thing, like, the ESPN analyst actually got right. The Pelicans did not play good defense.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we got a little over 40 minutes done now, so I think it's a good time to kind of end just because it's just,
Yep.
going to be long regardless, but
Yeah, we covered everything.
yeah, hopefully at least one person listens to
Yeah.
us to our episode today. If
Yeah.
not, that's all right. We will eventually get one listener for sure. Are you going to upload this on your TikTok? Or not upload it, but like, are you gonna just post about it?
Yeah, I'll post a clip of it. If we said anything whistle worthy, you can comment on that.
Okay, sounds good. So if you guys want to critique one of our takes, you can do that on the TikTok. The TikTok is very small right now, obviously, but if literally one person sees this, that's a W. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, to that one person. Thanks for watching, or thanks for listening.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. You want to end the recording here?
Yep.